Please subscribe, share, and watch. Every single subscriber matters. Let's get to 1,000 together. Your support means more than you know. Hit that subscribe button and share this with someone who needs to be inspired today. She didn't grow up with a silver spoon. She didn't have industry connections or a famous last name to open doors for her. What Ikoeva Marina had was something rarer and more durable than privilege. She had a face that the camera loved, a body that told its own story, and an unshakable belief that the world would eventually make room for her if she kept showing up. Ikoeva Marina was born in Russia, a country of stark contrasts, blistering winters and breathtaking summers, gray brutalist architecture and sweeping natural beauty. Growing up in Russia shaped Marina in ways that would only become visible later in her journey. Russians are, by culture and necessity, resilient. They do not easily fold. And Marina, from an early age, carried that quiet toughness in her bones. She was not raised in wealth. Her background was ordinary in the way that most extraordinary people's backgrounds are: modest, grounded, real. She grew up in a family where hard work was not a motivational phrase on a wall, but simply the way life operated. There were no shortcuts modeled for her, no easy paths demonstrated. What she saw around her was effort, persistence, and the slow accumulation of small dignities. As a child and teenager, Marina was aware of her looks. It would have been impossible not to be. She was striking in the particular way that turns heads in supermarkets and schoolyards alike. But beauty without direction is just potential, and for years, Marina's potential sat in her like an unlit match. She was a young woman, in her 20s, when she began to seriously consider what her life could look like if she stepped into the spotlight she had always quietly orbited. The world was changing. Social media was rewriting the rules of who gets to be seen and who gets to build a career from being seen. You no longer needed an agent in a glass office in Milan to tell you that you were worth looking at. You needed a phone, a vision, and the courage to post. Marina's entry into modeling was not through a traditional agency. It was organic, the way the best things tend to be. She began posting photos with confident, carefully composed images that showcased not just her face but her entire aesthetic sensibility. She understood, almost instinctively, that social media modeling was not just about being pretty. It was about creating a world that people wanted to enter every time they opened the app. Her look was distinctive from the start. Marina is a curvy model, full-figured, voluptuous, unapologetically so, and in an industry that had, for decades, treated curves as something to be minimized or hidden, she wore her body like a declaration. She didn't pose in spite of her figure. She posed because of it, leaning into every angle, every silhouette, every soft and powerful line of herself. This was not a small thing. For young women watching, and there were many, seeing someone who looked like Marina standing in front of a camera with that level of confidence was quietly revolutionary. It said something that needed to be said: you do not have to be sample-sized to be spectacular. Her early modeling work spanned fashion shoots, lifestyle content, and glamour photography. Each shoot was an opportunity to refine her craft, and make no mistake, posing is a craft. Knowing your light, your angles, how to carry stillness in your body while projecting energy through your eyes, these are skills developed through repetition and self-study and a willingness to look at your own work critically and improve. The platform that became Marina's primary stage was Instagram, the global theater of the visual age. She approached it not casually but strategically, with the seriousness of someone who understood that in the attention economy, consistency is capital. She posted regularly. Not frantically, not desperately, but with rhythm, the kind of steady, reliable presence that algorithms reward and audiences bond with. Her content was curated without feeling sterile. There was always warmth in it, always personality. Viewers didn't just see a beautiful woman in expensive-looking clothes. They saw Marina, a person with a point of view, a vibe, an energy that translated through a screen. Her Instagram growth was not an overnight explosion. It was the kind of growth that is actually more impressive than viral moments. It was earned growth, follower by follower, post by post, story by story. People found her and stayed. They came for the aesthetics and remained for the authenticity. That combination, beauty plus realness, is the rarest and most powerful thing a content creator can offer, and Marina had it in abundance. As her numbers climbed, so did the quality of opportunities coming her way. Brands began to notice. Collaborations were proposed. Marina became not just a face that people followed but a name that businesses wanted attached to their products. As her following grew, Marina's brand crystallized. She became identifiable, which in the influencer space is everything. You could see a Marina post without her name attached and know immediately whose world you were in. That visual signature, that consistency of tone and aesthetic, is not accidental. It is the product of deliberate creative choices made and remade over time. Brands that partnered with Marina were not simply buying access to her follower count. They were buying into her credibility, the trust her audience had placed in her over months and years of authentic content. In influencer marketing, that trust is the actual product being transacted. Marina's audience believed in her, and so they listened when she spoke about a product or a label or a lifestyle choice. She worked across fashion, beauty, and lifestyle categories, the natural territory of a curvy fashion model with a strong personal brand. Her endorsements felt organic rather than forced, which is why they worked. She was not a billboard. She was a recommendation from someone her followers had come to regard as a friend with exceptional taste. The impact of her brand extended beyond commerce. Marina became, quietly but meaningfully, a figure of representation. In the curvy modeling space, visibility matters enormously. Every time Marina appeared in a high-quality fashion shoot or partnered with a notable brand, she was expanding the definition of who belongs in those spaces. Young women with bodies like hers, curves, fullness, softness, saw themselves reflected in her work and felt, perhaps for the first time, that they too could occupy glamorous spaces unapologetically. To look at Marina's content is to see a certain kind of life, polished, beautiful, full of light and style. But the lifestyle behind the content is more complex and more interesting than a highlight reel suggests. Building a social media brand is work. Unglamorous, often lonely, persistently demanding work. It means being your own creative director, your own marketing department, your own PR team, your own business development manager. It means posting on days when you don't feel like it, engaging with comments when you're exhausted, brainstorming content ideas when inspiration has temporarily deserted you. Her personal lifestyle reflected both her Russian roots and her global sensibility. She moved through the world with a kind of composed elegance, not performative, just present. She dressed well not for the camera but because she believed in the relationship between how you present yourself and how you move through the world. Fashion, for Marina, was never superficial. It was a form of self-expression, a language she spoke fluently. If this story moved you, please subscribe, share, and keep watching. We are on the way to 1,000 subscribers, and every single one of you is the reason this community exists. Share this with someone who needs to believe in their own rise today. Thank you for being here.